let's talk about Oslob and things you should understand, because Oslob is definitely going to be a strong recommendation. I would say of all the things that I have traveled to see, Oslob makes my top 10. I've never dived with whale sharks before. One thing to note is, to give you a sense for the trip, we left from Cebu City at about 11 o'clock. Caught a bus. You get used to the Philippines. The bus is supposed to take 3 hours. It took about 4.5 to actually get there. But originally I wasn't thinking the trip was going to happen. Oslo and the whale watching tours happen from 6 a.m. to noon every day, which was fine because that evening we could visit Kawasan Falls and then do Oslo in the morning. But Kawasan Falls was closed for renovations. Now, looking on the website that allows you to pre-book, not prepay, but pre-book, there was no mention of it being closed. It just came up in casual conversation with one of the locals in Oslo as we were talking about the trip. So I was a bit annoyed because I thought, okay, I just spent a little over 4 hours on a bus coming all the way up here, and I'm not going to get to do anything. This was a waste of a day. Well, we ended up not coming back because I was annoyed enough to think I'll just go back tonight so that I'm only wasting one day, not wasting part of a second day in travel. But we waited, had a hotel. I've already gotten spoiled because the hotel felt expensive. It was $30 for a night. But in Cebu City, you can get a lot more amenities for less. So I was just kind of generally annoyed. However, the next day we woke up, walked down to the whale watching. It starts at 6 and we got there at 7. There was already a huge line. So if you don't want to wait in line, then you'll have to get there early. I heard that some people got there at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and just waited until it opened. You can decide. All in all, the wait from the time we got in line until we were on a boat was about 2 hours, I would say. One of the conveniences for us is that we stayed in a hotel near the whale watching, maybe a 4-minute walk. The hotel manager doubles as kind of a concierge. She saw us in line, kind of told us, hey, just go through the line to the point of signing up and registering, and then you don't really have to do anything else. They gave us tickets. She took us to a side area with benches, and we were able to just kick our feet up. She handled all of the other logistics, getting things paid for us, explaining to us where to go for the GoPros, how the GoPros would work, the whole system. We didn't have to sit through any of the instructional videos. It was actually a really nice setup, and she doesn't do that for pay. She does it for tips, but she didn't even ask for tips. Now, after we waited a couple of hours, we got our life jackets on. Once you get to the point of getting your life jackets on, things start to move quickly. So life jackets, we were on boats, we paddled out. It was really short. I would say, maybe 100 yards. And basically they say, okay, if you know how to swim, you can take your life jacket off. I know how to swim. And after that, have at. I got a lot of dives. I got a lot of footage. I have a video that's just the underwater footage on the GoPro. It was impressive. There were two whale sharks that were close. I think there was another one kind of in the distance that we didn't see. But it was a lot of fun. I love to swim. I forgot how much I enjoyed being in the water until I was there. There are scuba teams that go in and they basically lay on the bottom and do underwater footage of the whale sharks. I would say it's about 40 meters to the bottom from what I estimate when I was actually in. And yeah, there are a lot of options for enjoying it. After we were done, and it was a 30-minute excursion. It didn't feel like 30 minutes, it felt like 10. It was over in a heartbeat because it was so much fun. But then we came back. I tipped the boatman and I tipped our concierge. I don't think you have to, but we're talking 100 pesos, which to me is $2. I don't really care about $2, but to them it probably is a really good tip. But we came back to the hotel because our hotel did have a free breakfast, rice and egg over easy, and basically sausages. Egg over easy is a popular style in the Philippines. I tend to like my eggs over easy anyway, so that worked. And then we caught a bus home. I will point out a note about the buses. There are two kinds of buses. There's a lower tier and a higher tier. The higher tier bus from Cebu to Oslob was about $6 a person. The lower tier was about $3 a person. Now the difference is huge. The $6 per person bus for an extra $3 per person. You're in an air-conditioned bus. There's only 3 seats per side, only 2 seats per side as opposed to 3. So it's more roomy. Felt like there was a little more leg room. Better shocks, so it's a more comfortable ride. If you get on that higher tier bus, you can basically lean back and sleep the whole way comfortably. The lower tier bus, that's a bumpy ride. I did it for the experience, so I can recommend against it. I mean, it's fine, it's not terrible, but it's humid, so I can appreciate what that air-conditioned bus was offering just in keeping us cool. However, it was overall a really fun experience. Again, it's probably in my top 10 vacation experiences to date. So I strongly recommend that. Also note that in Oslo, no credit cards. I was caught off guard by that. Most of the places I've been to in Cebu do take credit cards. I haven't really needed cash at all. I've barely converted any currency, but none in Oslo. So bring some cash. I can give you recommendations on a hotel, the one that I stayed at, and also the cantina where we got dinner, if you're interested. So keep it in mind.